everyone, and welcome to a Project Lightbody podcast. My name is Lisa Oswald, and I'm the Awake channel for the workspace of Pleiadian Great Light. We are thrilled to announce the arrival of Book 2 in our series called The Pleiadian Awake Channeling Guide, How to Experience Your Soul's Origin with the Ripple Point. The purpose of this book is to give instructions on how to experience your soul's origin, so you can easily recall the most important parts of your energy and integrate that wisdom into your personality, physical body, emotions, and joyous expression of uniqueness. The Pleiadians said if there were ever going to be just one technique they would give to humanity, the directions on how to experience the ripple point would be it. This do-it-yourself technique for self-awakening, with its many variations, is essential for all sentient beings to be aware of. So what is your soul's origination moment? It is the big bang of you when energy first showed up as you. It is the selected frequency you chose to manifest in your form and carry with you throughout time and space. The mind cannot remember or access this place. Only memory remembers. Only very fine ancient memory is here for most people on Earth. There are a lot of receptor sites of information that you are unaware of. They are all around you as points of your own creation of who you are and who you want to be known as. The ripple point is one of these vortexes. As you discover the many applications of the ripple point and the energy-moving visualizations and exercises, you'll grow in a new loving acceptance of yourself. Pleiadian Great Light once said, "Soul light is based on an experience rather than a belief. Soul light is the original light we are born with and carry throughout time and space. Now is the moment to experience your own ripple point with a simple nudge in the direction of yourself." We have filled this book with an extraordinary amount of energy and information about soul light, the light body, and so much more. This book takes us on a journey through this earthly incarnation as we pass through the stages of life. It includes birth, childhood, the basis for relationships and marriage, aging, what happens at death, crossing over onto the ladders of life, what determines your next life, reincarnation, the Akashic records, and an example of what one's last lifetime might be like. And now I thought everyone might enjoy hearing me read two short passages from the book that are from two different sections. I hope you enjoy them. This excerpt is from the Crossing Over section of our book. Question. I do therapeutic touch hospice care and am working with a friend who is crossing over. I wonder what more I can do for her and her family. Thank you. So crossing over is a big deal to everyone who comes in close and intimate knowledge with that soul. Soul light at that moment is spreading itself all over and is really reaching. This friend of yours might be really reaching right now. So the things that go across the mind of the one that's really looking outward are not the usual kinds of mind things we are used to interacting with and looking at. As that person crosses that light barrier, it is very natural in the sense of the mind for that person to not recognize themselves in the same way. It's a little bit of an upheaval of time, and it's very natural for that person in that reaching outward. So we can help that person just relax into that heart center more. It is very helpful to not try to have too many big talks with that person. We're not trying to solve any big problems at the last minute. It upsets the equilibrium that person was used to knowing about themselves. Instead, soothing the heart center of that person who is very much able to feel all the vibrations around as that light and energy play back and forth across the mind. The soothing quality of the people around that person is very much felt with some soothing sounds. Reading out loud to that person with gentle words that are very lightly spoken is also appreciated. However, not too much physical contact. While that is hard on those that are watching that person slip away, that person is very sensitive to touch, even light touch, and especially any touch on the head can be quite shocking to that person at that moment. Instead, their feet can be touched if you need to, and sometimes a light touch on the hand is okay. We want that person to not feel the shocking presence within themselves while they are letting go. So refrain a little bit from that touch, even though that is what those around want to do. They want to hold them and touch them and be with them on that physical level. But actually, that person is becoming more and more conscious of that light and light qualities of those in the room. Visitors and celestial presences are their comforts at that point, more so than holding on by those around. Question: what about talking to them? Well, that depends on the subject matter a little bit. You can take cues from that person and what they are bringing up that might be important. Just roll with that energy and not demand too much of a response back. Likely, it might not seem very coherent to us. Interaction changes at that point, depending on the person's ability to locate the jumping off point for themselves. That's what they are locating at that time. The world they have known is not pulling on their senses. It's a complete reversal for them to explore themselves, really moving. It's a great momentous time in that person's life and a momentous opening, a large and mostly joyful look around in a way that an individual or being or person may not have noticed before. So lots of light is present at that time and some energy. So mostly light, mostly light, mostly light. So easy letting go. It gets easier. The soul light that is present at that moment is broadcasting a broad spectrum of knowledge and information on every wavelength. It's very beautiful. That individual can have a wide range of options. That in itself is quite a big view and bigger than they would normally be used to. So people take their time and inch along with lots of choices, lots of beautiful choices at that moment. There's not very much of an opening into themselves, though. It's not so different than the openings we have here at every moment. Now we are just using our senses and our minds more than the light and the information that is passed on through that light. We're grounded in this hard body at this time for a reason and are very much aware of that, along with the light, sounds, vibrations, and information, and that gathering sense of who we continue to grow. And it's so good. And that concludes the passage from Crossing Over. This next section is from the origination moment and begins with a question from someone in the group. Question: can you tell us more about the origination point? The origination moment means for all sentient life forms everywhere across all universal planes of awareness that there is always some kind of a beautiful first opening to be alert for. It's very important that we know this opening, this origination point. It is like home. It has a homing beacon to it. It has a reassuring quality that we have made this trip for a reason. To notice your origination point is to be more aware of the folding in, of the unfolding and the folding in momentum that our own energy reveals to itself in a certain direction, so we can't go too far wrong. If we're wondering why we're sometimes confused about our life or uncertain in some way as to what it means to be here, it would be very helpful to know that starting place where it all began is where energy first showed up as us, where energy first bloomed and first showed itself. It is the first moment we catch sight of ourselves unfolding in that opening, unfolding in the opening of Pleiadian energy, or perhaps something even more meaningful to ourselves, something universal, wise, open, good, and kind that can be aware of the first look at itself. This is the first glimpse into the opening of itself, the first noticing of why you came to be here and for what purpose is what is noticed when we notice where we started from. That first starting point came from somewhere far away to be known as something with a purpose, and at the same time, someplace knowable, someplace meaningful, important, and something that downloads a lot of information about who you are. It is very important to know these things. This point is information. The fact that it exists is good information for all. It's good information for all to be aware of, especially at this time. This information is ripe and ready to be seen by many and experienced by many. It's a good point to begin the shifting of that experience of who we are as more than an understanding, but as a true experience of energy moving. It's a point that goes beyond beliefs. Whether you consider it esoteric or average, this point is a manifestation of creation that is ready to be moved in such a way that both sides of ourselves, the unique and the infinite, can be witnessed because of the internal movement of energy at that point and the implosion of energy. Something's going in and coming back. Our senses are used to going out and bringing back information. The senses are not lost in this point either, although the mind is. The senses are able to follow this imploding energy in some way, riding on a wakefulness energy and bringing back more information that's highly relevant at this stage in the growth of conscious awareness here and elsewhere. The time is right for people to expand on what the senses bring back through this point. What they bring back through that point is more of themselves than they thought possible. It may take some experience of this on a very large scale to shift people's awareness of the other side of their own energy. It's the part that carries more of themselves. There's some shifting, some process at work here, some process of awakening at work here that has a point to it. This means that up until now, many wise people have wondered what the point of being awake is. It's a little bit lost to the mind, so what good is it? Some uncertainty exists as to how the senses are able to enjoy this experience. The point of bringing back this unique aspect of creation is that it is enriching to life in a new way. That may be a bit mysterious sounding right now, but just let it be an experience for now. There's nothing too mysterious or esoteric about understanding these points. So there is more than one point. This is just one point that we're bringing your attention to. There are other points similar to this. They bring back other kinds of experiences through the soul light. This is a good starting point. Practice rippling this point for a while in a conscious way and see what begins to change and evolve from this point on. Things will be different. And that concludes the passage from the Origination Moment. I'd like to share one more inspiring and hope-filled quote from Great Light. When once asked about the effects of doing the ripple point with others, Great Light said, "Big groups of knowingness of expansion are how things might be if society could ripple a large group of themselves. It is different than just a unique ripple. If those joined in blending, meshing, and sharing qualities of light that ripple up with the full knowledge of each other, it would create an even bigger view of what it can be like as people on this planet together. There would be more peacefulness, sharing abilities, and a greater sense of purpose. Big beings of planetary size are all waiting, noticing, and waiting." Passing on this ancient wisdom to others comes with a great responsibility to share it with the same light and energy as it was given, and we hope you will do the same. Please refer to the ripple point as channeled by Pleiadian Great Light and encourage others to read these instructions in this book so they can practice and have their own first-hand experiences. And I would like to express our deepest and heartfelt thanks to everyone listening to the Project Lightbody podcasts, sharing them with friends, and enjoying Book 1, which is filled with enlightening messages and also 11 easy, wonderful, energy-moving exercises. And now Book 2, How to Experience Your Soul's Origin with the Ripple Point and its many practical and helpful variations for your regular life to grow. Love, light, and peace to all beings everywhere, and I hope that soon there will be a great many experiencing their own ripple point. Thank you, and please visit my website, PleiadianChannel.com. There's a contact page on the website, and I enjoy hearing from you very much. Our books are available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and Kobo. And for light workers everywhere, Book 3 of the series is just around the corner. Thanks and bye for now. Happy rippling, everyone.